Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. This is your match review for Chelsea versus Rennes. 3-0 on the night. I did predict yesterday 3-1. And I did say if there was any team that possibly has a chance of getting the ball into the net against Edouard Mendy, it would be his old side, Rennes. And technically they did. It was ruled offside, but technically they got the ball in the net, right? I will take that. As a prediction, I will take that. However, it finished 3-0 and I did say I'd be more than happy if I got my prediction wrong if it meant resulting in a clean sheet. And that's the 6th clean sheet in a row. This is incredible. Defensively, it looks like we're starting to get our mojo back. And the balance in the team is starting to look good. Now, you look at this game, overall, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't an exciting game of football. It was a very good display in terms of what we needed to do. And it was a very good result. 3-0, top of the group, 7 points, fantastic. But in terms of the game itself, we could afford to bring the tempo down, to bring the intensity down, conserve some energy, relax a little bit, and think about Sheffield United. So I think that was in the back of our minds in terms of being able to just carry ourselves through, not make any mistakes, carry ourselves through, get the win, and start thinking about Sheffield United. We managed to create a situation where we allowed ourselves to do that, so that's good. So I've got no complaints, and even though the tempo dropped, and even though there was that, I'm really not bothered. 3-0, we are winners, 7 points in the group, top of the group, fantastic, another clean sheet, lovely jubbly. Now, let's get into the lineup. How did Frank Lampard line up the team? This is how he set up the 11. Edouard Mendy in goal, facing his old club. Reece James, right back. Ben Chilwell, left back. Thiago Silva and Zuma as our centre back. So the back four completely unchanged from the Burnley game. Jorginho returning to the side. Kante and Mason Mount, the two midfielders just in front of Jorginho in a 4-3-3. Timo Werner on the left-hand side, compensating the absence of Pulisic. Ziyech on the right-hand side starting. And Tammy Abraham up top to compensate Timo Werner beginning on the left-hand side. Now, there's a couple of things in regards to this lineup that I didn't quite expect. One of them was Jorginho, even though in the end it worked out very nicely. But I did think we'd stick with Kante in the DM. Although I do want to point out with this lineup and how we displayed ourselves when we were in defensive transition, conceding possession, and we are now defending. Kante did drop deeper to form a pivot with Jorginho. So you could say in a defensive way we did shape up in a 4-2-3-1. But when we were attacking, we did go back to a 4-3-3, and Kante would bomb a little bit more forward. And Kante's energy tonight, I want to say, was absolutely fantastic. Kante is just a little beast. He's a little beast. The guy's like 4'4", right? And he's muscling off guys that are like 2 foot taller than him. It's ridiculous. I find it absolutely incredible just how much heart, hunger and strength, physical strength, he's actually got for someone that's so small. N'Golo Kante, just absolutely amazing. The second name that I want to mention is Timo Werner. Timo Werner that I didn't expect to see in this lineup. Why? As I said in my preview yesterday, I expected him to have a rest. You know, he looked shattered against Burnley. But thankfully, even though he played today, he got 2 goals. And both of them were penalties, yes, but he scored twice. So I'm more than happy for his confidence to be shot right up. So even though he did play the whole flipping game, so yes, against Sheffield United, he might be a bit tired. However, his confidence is skyrocketing. If he does make it completely fit against Sheffield United, well, it's a win-win and we've done ourselves a favour. So let's look into the game itself, what went down, the goals and the context of the game. We started off with the first goal, Timo Werner in the box receiving the ball, managing to cut past the defender with a split second to go. Literally, if he had waited just that little bit more, he would have lost possession of the ball and there would be no penalty given. However, he managed to get round that defender just ball passing the defender's foot. He gets brought down because there's contact. Penalty, 1-0, Timo Werner. Penalty almost saved. Gomes, who I do want to mention, is a Senegalese keeper, just like Edouard Mendy, and he's been brought in to replace Edouard Mendy. It's hilarious how Rennes have done that. They've basically just gone, yeah, you know what? We're going to pick the other Senegalese guy to replace this one. But anyway, Timo Werner slotting it in, 1-0. He looks like our new penalty taker because Jorginho was on the pitch today, but Timo Werner stepped up, smashed it into the left bottom corner, 1-0. Second goal comes up. And this one I do want to discuss a little bit because I feel like a lot of Chelsea fans feel like it wasn't a penalty and it shouldn't have been a sending off, right? I do want to say, firstly, it was a second bookable offence. So that, for me, is correct. In terms of the handball, well, Tammy Abraham took a shot at goal. Now, even though, yes, it's hit the body, or it's hit the thigh, or just, the lower region, and it's bounced up and it's hit his hand, but his hand was completely out in a completely unnatural position. It's hit his hand. It's in the context of, the defender could have avoided that. And when there's a shot being taken at goal and you block it with your hand, it's a bookable offence and it's a penalty. It's just the way it is. Now, maybe he didn't mean to, right? But he did. That's just the reality. He did. So therefore, it is a penalty and it is a second bookable offence. He was on a yellow card prior to that. That's why he got sent off. For me, it's a correct decision. Some are saying it's harsh. Fair play. I can understand why you would see it as harsh. I can understand why the player maybe did not do that deliberately. But he did it. He did it. That's just the letter of the law says that. He done it. It wasn't a ball to hand. His ball was in an unnatural position. It's as simple as that. It's hit his hand. It's a penalty. It's a second bookable offence. It's a red card. He's off. Rennes are down to 10 men. Timo Werner steps up once again, and this time he smashes it into the net at 800 miles an hour. Absolutely blitzes the net. I'm surprised the goal didn't fall off. Great penalty. Fantastic. And Timo Werner now starting to show that confidence that he can score penalties when he is called upon, and it looks like he is now our number one penalty taker. Now, the third goal comes in, and this one is made in Chelsea. It's made in Chelsea. Reece James on the right-hand side, pinging a nice ball across the box. Tammy Abraham getting onto the end of it, makes it 3-0. Very nice slotted finish. And there we are. 3-0 on the night. Rennes did score later on, as I did say, but this is when the tempo completely dropped. You could see straight after the third goal, Chelsea just thought, you know what, we're just going to chill. We're going to relax. And some of the substitutions are where I want to discuss a little bit and say I'm a little bit confused, because I felt that there could have been a little bit better use of the substitutions here. Don't get me wrong. The players that I thought needed to come on did come on, but the players that I wanted off didn't. Like Timo Werner remained on the pitch for the entire game. There was absolutely no need for him to remain on the pitch the entire game, and now I'm scared that against Sheffield United, he might be a bit fatigued. I am hoping that's not the case. Frank Lampard for sure knows better than me. He's at Cobham, he's with the medical staff, they can track him, they can assess him, they can do whatever they want to him. They'll know if he's fit or not. Now, personally, that's just my opinion. I think based on the way he ended against Burnley, a couple of days later, we're playing this, he looked good tonight, but then he's got to play Sheffield United on Saturday afternoon. I mean, I hope there's no burnout. If there's no burnout, this isn't a discussion and this is fine. But I felt that could have been used a little better. He brought off N'Golo Kante from Mateo Kovacic. I felt that Mason Mount would have been better to be brought off and then try Kovacic alongside N'Golo Kante, or, bring N'Golo Kante back into his DM position, bring Jorginho off in his favour, just to bring some stability to the system and the lineup that we are going to be frequently using. Olivier Giroud came on for Tammy Abraham. That was a sub that I completely agreed with, right? And even though Giroud came on the 63rd minute, he had a couple of opportunities. I thought he'd get on the score sheet. He didn't. There was a couple of chances he should have slotted away, but it was nice to see him on the pitch and nice to see him play. Once again, I did expect Hudson-Odoi to come on for Timo Werner, and he didn't. He came on for Hakim Ziyech. I can understand why Ziyech might be rested, but I felt that he is not in much need of a rest as compared to Timo Werner, who's played much more than him. So, again, I'm hoping Werner is in fantastic physical condition. I just really am. It's as simple as that at that point. But the other substitutions, Emerson on for Ben Chilwell and Antonio Rudiger, who came on for Thiago Silva, that I felt was a good one. We got to see a bit of Rudiger. He looked all right, but then again, you can't really assess. Chelsea at that point were just completely flat. We were just in complete chill mode. So, from that point onwards, I can't really say who played well and who didn't, because it just looked like the whole team just brought it down a level. Brought it down to a level where everyone thought, let's just see this result out and just chill out. Let's just conserve as much energy as possible. And it looked like that. The last 20-25 minutes were pretty, I wouldn't say tough to watch, but it was pretty like, okay, we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep. And I can completely understand why. We now look to Sheffield United. Fingers crossed we can take some more momentum forward. We are now unbeaten in 10 games, I think it is, and we are 6 games in consecutively with a clean sheet. I think, that's starting to build up some good form. We are top of the group, 7 points. I believe Sevilla did beat Krasnodar 3-2 after being down against Krasnodar. Krasnodar were winning that game and Sevilla made the comeback. So it looks like right now the way it's standing, Chelsea and Sevilla, who will both be on 7 points, Krasnodar and Rennes on 1. Therefore, if Chelsea beat Rennes in the next fixture, I believe we got to go to France as the next fixture. If we beat Rennes, we are going through. Mathematically, that should be done, because even if Krasnodar beat Sevilla, there's still a 6-point gap, and with us top of the group, it would be very, 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 very unlikely for us to be knocked out and sent into third at that point. So we go to beat Rennes, our chances are fantastic, and we can create a little bit of breathing space for ourselves. Now, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I'm very happy with this, I have to say. We got a result. We got a good, convincing one. Wasn't the most fantastic display, but we got the job done very efficiently. Exactly what I said we needed to do in the preview yesterday. We needed to kill the game early. We done just that. So that's fantastic. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on this one. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Follow me on Twitch. I will be streaming there. I reckon tomorrow I will be doing a stream. So make sure you're following and you'll get the notification to let you know that I am live. Make sure you hit it and join me. And as for my Twitter and Instagram, follow me. Links are in the description. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. And I will also see you on Twitch for a brand new live stream. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.